many years.
Got to have a huge impact.
All right, let me just get a few more in here. Amid rising public anxiety, the White House is directing agencies to develop plans for slashing at least 5% of its budgets. In a joint memo that will be delivered this morning, White House Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel and Budget Director Peter Orszag will order agencies to identify programs that do little to advance their missions or the president's agenda. That development comes as Republicans continue to hammer the president and congressional Democrats for their roles in driving budget deficits to record levels.
There were some polls out. Pew just put some polls out that now have Americans starting to blame Barack Obama for the economy, about to the degree that they blame George W. Bush. Ron, I know you've seen that. There are also, of course, IMF putting out charts that show the greatest explosion of the national debt comes from 2006, when Democrats took control, to 16. Now, I've been blaming Bush. I think you got to lay right now still 75% of this at the feet of the Republicans that allowed this thing to go. But guess what? That number dwindles every day, not only for me, but also for the American people. They know this is their crisis very, very soon, and they can't blame Bush anymore.
And, well, in terms of the deficit, tax cut, 2 wars on the credit card, a new entitlement with no offsetting payment, the Medicare prescription drug. There's a lot of, but no, there's no question. We have a poll out this morning, our Congressional Connection Poll, which is done in cooperation with Pew. And, we asked people, what is the impact of Barack Obama's policies on the economy? And more people are saying they've hurt than they've helped, although most still say no impact. I think what's really ominous for Obama, if you look at these numbers, and for Democrats, is that in a midterm election, the electorate is older and whiter than it is in a presidential election, and white voters and older voters are more negative on the impact of his economic policies than younger voters and non-white voters. They're also more negative about where the economy is.
You can't repeat that fact enough, is the fact that, again, in midterms, and it's probably going to play out here too, because the left may not be depressed, but they certainly are as energized as the right. Voters in midterms are older and they're whiter. So that's why illegal immigration policies that would kill you during a presidential election may play in your favor. This year, deficits, which may not, Mark Halperin, make an impact in presidential elections, have a bigger impact in midterm elections.
There's a lot there. The one thing I'll respond to is we made assumptions about what the electorate would be like the last time Barack Obama tried to win a national election, and he changed the electorate. They have not been very visible, not as visible as the Tea Party, but let's see if they can, in some of these races, change the electorate enough to hold their own.
Now, who are you talking about?
The Democrats and the Obama political operation.
Now we've heard that the political operation didn't energize for the health care debate. Didn't energize it. Is that a true story?
The onus is on them to prove that they can do what they haven't done effectively since 2000. But they're trying.
Mark is right. And the other thing is that even though the long-term trend is still toward a more diverse electorate, even if it falls off from 2008, there will still be a lot more non-white voters than there were in 94, and Obama is still stronger among them.
And as Republicans were saying to me, the White House political operation is now 0 for 5. They lost Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, probably Arkansas and Virginia, the candidates that they wanted. So
the White House.
Yeah, well, the ones that the Obama backed.
And I could name about 5 or 6 special elections that the NRCC lost. So it's right now everybody's losing. Washington is losing.
All right. When we come back, Savannah Guthrie has this morning.